Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream where we play Spirit Island on Mondays. Wait, that's not the intro. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, pretty much any avenue. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and you can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. I always stumble over available. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available. All available. All available. I always feel like I butcher that. All available. All available. I'm kind of hypersensitive about it because back the mark on Kickstarter. So we're there. Let's. And apparently we have this with a filter for some reason, but let's move this off of there. We want this like thereabouts. I don't know that we want it transparent though. Unless I can make the background, well, no, I don't want it transparent. I think I made it transparent when I was like doing something, I could make it have opacity. No, that's not doing anything. How do I make it? Oh, because okay, I see. I'm doing something different here. I actually do this directly, I guess. No. Half spirit, right? Yeah, we're gonna do the second wave speedrun, but we're not doing it with adversary like John has been, although I don't think he's also been speedrunning it as much as just trying to do it versus a single adversary leveling it up. Let's see, let's just do that, and then I could make it have opacity. How much opacity do you want? This is 54. Oh, not quite. That's 54. That's probably a little too much. Damn it. Trying to type in numbers and it keeps adding zeros and screws it up. Maybe... No, stop. That's probably okay. Hello, Tiziel. I think that more or less works just fine. I don't really want to tinker with this once the game started because then I'm gonna have to lose time anyway, but that about lines up with my camera, right? Just on the other side. And that should be a safe zone because with single spirit it's gonna be focused spirit board, and so should have I have no issues doing that. All right. Double check that my split settings are the same that I generally have them as. Split is F4, global hotkeys, yeah. Gotcha. Right. So one board. Any complexity, no adversary. We're starting with shadows flicker like flames. No scenario, no adversary. Branching claw and events. I could turn off events for this, but let's do it with events. Animation's off. Good call. Good call. Let's just remember it's board C and shadows so that we don't have to reset that. Animation speed fast. Card display short. Don't enable animations. How about that? How about that? Playmat. Set this now. Make it wooden board. Since it's single player, I could turn off land numbers, but I've kind of gotten used to them now. I like the natural feel of not having land numbers, but I've also gotten used to using them for describing what I'm doing and where I'm doing it and why. Although with reminders, it's a little bit different, but I'm probably not going to use them in single player as much. I would like to, but I'm probably going to just go default to how I used to do things. Okay. Board C. Shadows. Let's get the can of pop opened up. Last time it took me 6 hours, but I was also taking a lot of time on these games. I would prefer not to take as much time this time, but it comes down to how things play out, basically. Also comes down to the spirits that we get. But what I like to do, and as I always like to play, I will take whatever spirit the game gives me and we will roll with it. So whenever we get wildfire is when shit hits the fan, I guess. All right, let's go. Oh, I don't actually have a timer. Uh-oh. I mean, I have the timer, it's just not displayed. Okay, let's, wait, is it actually started? This is awkward. Layout. Oh, I don't actually have the timer. There we go, there's the timer. So now let's fiddle with the layout now. Wah. Okay. Why is it not showing a plus minus though? It should have a plus minus there. Just layout things, I guess. It's supposed to do plus minus delta current comparison. Oh, right, it doesn't actually show until, like, right, until it's relevant, right, okay. Let's cancel that. Okay. All right, 1 minute wasted trying to fix that. All right, they're exploring sands. Cool beans. Stop this build and this can blight for now, I guess, because I don't have the means of really being able to do with it. I could put Dahan in there and then Crops Wither it next turn. Means I'm doing this growth. What range presence is this? Range 3. Oops. Stop clicking things. No, minimize that one. Can I live with just 3 energy for that to work? I think we do +1 energy next turn is how that has to work. I don't have to be in here. I can make this a sacred site. Let's do this though. I guess I could let it build in Mantle of Dreadit. In which case I don't need to get presence movement. I want Dahan and C2 for next turn. This is gather. It's gather and then good. Oh, I can't target C7 because there's no Dahan in there. But I have to play that anyway, right? Yeah, so that's my plays. And I can just gather it out, I guess. Could I instead have grown into C7 and push out of there instead? Doesn't really matter. I guess it slightly does. It's 1 less town. All right, let's do that instead then. Good first turn. Good first turn. I already did a rewind. Okay, should be the ones. Yeah. No, with life split, it doesn't show plus minus unless it's unless it's you're losing time on the split or you're over and you're in plus range. That's just how it works. You only really need 3 Dahan to get the fear. So let's leave it at that in case the event decides to put something down, because we do have events. Now to target this with concealing shadows, we're going to need a bigger boat. Now we're going to need energy, so I think we're doing this, and I'm just gonna, since I'm not playing more than 1 card this turn, or more than 2 cards, I'm gonna take energy just to get the sustain, because +0 is rough. We can stop 1 build at least, get them out of the inner land. Concealing Shadow C2 next turn as well. Strange tales attract explorers. That's cute. I can destroy the town and lose the beasts, which is going to persist through the islands. But it does stop visibility, although it will stop visibility of the wetlands if they pull wetlands. I like this. On the Mountaineer Sands with Dahan. Let's do this one, because if I do nothing in there, then we'll still have 2 Dahan in there. Push Dahan from a land with invaders, gather into a land with invaders. I'm fine. That's fine. Remove. Oh, that stops another build. Hey, we had 2 fear cards that turn, by the way, because we're shadows. By the way, guys, we're shadows. Hey, I have Craps Wither and it does nothing because there's, well, I guess it's fear. Do we just like immediately like win? 2 Blade? Do I win with 2 Blade? I guess 2 Blade's okay. We'll do it. Gold split! Alright, second wave. Play. I took no powers that game. Alright, what do we want? Sealing Shadow seems really good because it will stop Dahan from dying in a big ravage. Make places have 2 Dahan. Let's do it all coastal. I generally like keeping things coastal for defense. And we're playing with Serpent. Island's not super blighted yet. Exploring Sands, that's not good. Not good at all. Well, I guess this is a good Aegis target. I can admit to that. Aegis is 2 plus N, so I just have to absorb once and it defends. Nope, it doesn't defend C2. Poop. It will defend C6. I don't need to worry about C6. But C2 is going to need something a little more for that to not cascade. Which we can just find power cards that might help with it. We have 3 chances at it. Probably have to absorb this turn now. Because I don't know that I'll have the energy for it. Well, I mean... I probably want to play Gift of the Primordial Deeps. I guess I could do it this turn. Because I can hold it for next turn. But I have to play Aegis next turn. I have to get to 2 card plays. And if my 2 plays are Absorb Essence and Elemental Aegis, I'm kind of boned. I can't play a Gift in that case. Or I can't play the power off of Gift in that case. I have to do Absorb this turn and then Gift and Aegis next turn in the event that I don't find the power that does it with these 2 powers. Promises of Protection is okay. It doesn't actually stop the cascade, but it does kill everything in C2 with Aegis. On the other hand, Fire in the Sky puts a Strife, which would be enough to defend. The main problem with that is I need a Sacred Site. That's a bit tough. Because I can only put lands in a place without Blight, and that means that I can't do it in C5. Fire in the Sky is so good. Like, that just solves the problem. And it's also so good. But more importantly, it solves the problem. But it's also so good. Alright, Fire in the Sky solves C2. Theoretically, I don't have to absorb Essence for that to work, but I might as well still do it. I'm gonna have to leave my presence in C1, which means I'm vacating C5, and hopefully nothing bad happens there. I mean, I guess I don't have to absorb Essence. I'm at 2 out of 5. Does Absorb Essence do anything for me? I don't think it does. And it gets my presence out of C5, which is not good right now. So it's just not going to be Absorb Essence. Because I can afford Aegis and Fire without absorbing, and I can defend enough with just Aegis pending the event. Of course, that's a very big pending the event. Hey, Seamus. I mean, I guess playing Absorb Essence is -1 cost is what it is, mainly. And it takes off a presence and adds 2 to the presence I can have on the board, and then I don't really have to do it ever again. But the problem is it gets me out of C5, and I kind of need to be in C5 in order for Serpent Rouses to do anything. So I don't think I do that. I can just play Fire in the Sky now and Strife the City in C2 and not worry at all. That's probably okay. Except I don't have a Sacred Site, so I can't do that yet. Never mind, just kidding. Haha, fooled you. Thought I was doing that seriously, huh? Acting. I could do Flowing Power into Gift. Just cute. Does that do anything? Gives me a lot of elements over here. Actually, if I do that, I get enough elements. Actually, just with Gift, I get enough elements to be able to push the town out, or... No, that's not going to be enough. I can save this for another turn, because I can use this to play another power card and get a free fire and water. I can make a Sacred Site using the move presence. Yes, that requires me to not place a presence down. I've used these 2 growth options, and in order to get the Sacred Site and have Fire to Sky, I need to gain a power card and add a presence. We'll just do Gift with the Primordial Deeps here. See what we get. We got Entrancing Apparitions. That stops builds. Sometimes. Yes, but I can't play it this turn. I'm playing it next turn by putting a Sacred Site in C1. But I can't absorb Essence out of the presence in C5 is the problem. Like, I can't... I'm whatever, I'm not debating this. This is the fact of life. I can remove... No, I can't remove those blights with those elements. Damn it. I can Cycles of Time and Tide, except there are Dahan in C2. How much energy do I need next turn? Aegis and Flowing Power? Or Aegis and Fire in the Sky, so... I'm only gonna have +1. Oh, but I have this +1 too, if I gain a power. Which I almost always do these 2 unless I want super energy, I guess, but I don't think I need the super energy because I know what I'm doing. Elements? Are there elements I care about here? Everything but sun, air, animal are the ones that you care about most. And a lot of these have those. So I guess Inflame gives disease. And we're gonna have that Sacred Site. Alright, I'll take Inflame. Do I want to play Inflame? I can. Is there any merit to gaining a Moon Earth right now? Moon Earth means I push the town out of C5. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Is there any reason I would want to play something else instead? I don't think so. Pushing that town out is the correct plan, as it so turns out. Over there. Maybe C4 was better for that. Jungle Explorer is now bad. Just keep all the problems centralized, I guess. Alright, so now... Let's see what we get here. Rights of the Land's rejection, prevents builds, delusions of danger, pushes explorers. We aren't going to have that Sacred Site, so Rights actually hits anything on the board. And it gives a moon earth, so I accept. I guess I'm supposed to be looking for cards that have plant on them as like the #1 thing you're supposed to be doing. Meh. Meh. Do I want to gift of flowing power into something here? Because gift of flowing power gives me another sun, or another fire water. That's not going to do anything because I don't have plant for the left, and I don't have earths on the right to do anything more than what I have, so I don't think I do that. Fire in the sky with diamonds. Also a damage. I have 1 sacred site and it has no invaders in it. So I will guard myself successfully. That event card did nothing. Defend 1 on all lands. We were worried about a +1, but about a -1. Mountains. Mountains is fine. I kind of wish I did take the power that defended. Yeah, entrancing apparitions would have been pretty nice, except these lands have invaders, so it wouldn't have stopped both of them, I guess. I can do 1 damage to a town. Success. Alright, now I gotta deal with C5. So what's my plan for C5? My plan for C5 is reclaim. Also, am I making any progress on the game here? I feel like I'm not actually making progress, but Serpent doesn't make progress until he's fully born. I don't have Reclaim 1 for a while. I probably need to absorb Essence this turn or next turn. And then I don't know how I'm handling these builds here, but if I forego the C8 build, or the C8 Ravage, which puts a Blight, which is not good when we're doing second wave, but if I do that, but I set up for Fire in the Sky in C5, and then I do Aegis for C3 and C7 next turn. I think that's how I mainly don't immediately, not lose, but Blight, I guess, is the thing, because if I don't do anything right now, we're having a Cascade Blight and 3 extra Blights. I can't use Inflame into C3. I guess I could use Rights into C3 to stop that build. If I do Rights in C3 and I do... I could grow into C6 and do Aegis, and then next turn I can do Fire in the Sky in C5. And then I can hopefully afford Absorb Essence at that point by taking energy in some capacity, because all these cards cost energy. That's probably the best use of resources here. It'd be nice to kill the town in a Ravage in C3, but I'm not sure that's on the cards here. If I grow into C7 and I play cards, can I, like, kill the town that builds and then I don't have to defend next turn at all? Because what, I'm doing Fire in the Sky and I'm doing Rights. So that's 2 fire and an earth. I need another earth. The exact same situation as last turn. I don't have that earth. So I guess I'm not killing that town, but I could push it out. Except I don't have a moon. even with Gift of Flowing Power shenanigans. So I don't know that there's a purpose in growing into C7 then. Unless they so decide to explore into mountains, I guess. On the other hand, you would like to be in places where there's going to be towns so that you can do things in there someday. So I guess we'll do it like this. I don't want to move my presence. Aegis defends both. Right, I guess I still would have to defend C8, don't I? Am I letting C8 blight? Was that part of my thought process here? Maybe it was. Maybe that's what I was thinking, and I just totally lost track of thought. Also, no backseating. Screw you, John. I'm kidding. So then I don't have to... Oh, I still have to defend C7, don't I? Oh, but I can just do fire in the sky in their next turn, I guess. I guess not letting a blight happen is better here because of the long-term ramifications. I do have a push, though. Oh. What was I gonna be playing that made me think I didn't have the elements? Oh, because I thought I was playing Fire in the Sky is what I was doing. Why was I doing Fire in the Sky? Idiot. Just do this and then you don't have to do Fire in the Sky next turn. How about that? Yeah, because I have 3 fire, 2 earth, so I do 2 damage. Kill the build in C7. Prevent the build in C3. Defend the ravages. Interesting. No beasts are on the board. Push 2 Dahan from a land with blight to a land without blight. Actually, that's good, because we can kill the things in C5 now. But we're pushing things to each adjacent land. So the explorer has to go into the mountain. And now this does mean I have to do something in C7 as the result. But I can kill... Oh, I can't push it to C5. Never mind. Go into the land with buildings. Seems correct. Move my cam 25 pixels down. What, is my face covering something here? Are you upset? I'll move my cam pixels left. How about that? Oh, I see, because it's not actually... I see what's going on there. How'd I get so far high? I don't know. Something happened. Okay. Damage. Also, they're going in sands, which both have buildings, so that's not good. Oy vey. And I don't like the 2 explorers in C7 at all. I can use fire next turn, inflame this turn to strife both cities, I guess, and then reclaim Aegis at that point. I will be at the reclaim 1. The question is, how am I dealing with C7? I can let C7 blight and absorb my presence in there. But, you know, leaving the island blighted in between stages is not really a good plan for the long term, I feel like. Also, blighting to 2 explorers is pretty sad. I have a means of defending it, but that involves a reclaim. Or to waste a fire in the sky on an explorer, which is also pretty sad. So I just gain a power, and if it's something that defends, I use it, and if it isn't, then I don't. But I also want to absorb essence. which is especially challenging when I want to do everything. I will click this and we'll see what information we have. We have defend 5 at range 0. Beauty. We have Gold Allure, which is absolutely a fast power that targets any land. Now it's Sep. Now on the gold at metal countdown. Oh. The gold medal countdown. Yeah, because now I'm losing time on the split because my previous one was a 13-minute game, apparently. 18-minute. Oh, it was an 18-minute game. Never mind. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. I know how that works now. Cool. So I can now defend C7. That's good. I think I just grow into C6 and see if I can finagle something in there. So Absorb Essence is always being played, although it could be played off of Gift of Flowing Power if it does anything. Absorb Essence gives me an any, which could be an Earth to do damage. I also have an any. So actually, if I do that, then I can kill a city in C6 if I were to use Flowing Power first. So what I do is Flowing Power to play Absorb Essence, sap the Strength, absorb this presence, and take an Earth, and my any will be an Earth unless the event card dictates something else, but then I do 3 damage to a city, which is cool. So before I commit to that, just to double check, state of the board. There's no Ravage and there's 2 cities being built. I guess the problem with this is I didn't strife a city with Inflame. But next turn I will use not use Inflame, I'll use Fire in the Sky on the city and then defend for C2, I guess. I'll have the Reclaim 1, so now it's a lot easier to play the cards without reclaiming all. We have a Fear card in the docket. I think that's okay then. So yeah, I'll take an Earth off of this. Spurn or Teach? Classic dilemma. Is there a place with 2 towns? There is. -1 health actually means that this damage is super great because it actually... Why does it say 1 damage to 1 town city? Is that... That doesn't mean that it has to be all in 1 building, right? Because that would just be terrible, right? So it says for each you do 1 damage to 1 thing. I guess that's the distinction is if you have +1 damage, it increases that to only the same building, but I can still spread it out because I can do 1 damage to 1 town and then 1 damage to 1 town and then 1 damage to 1 city or whatever, or 1 town, 1 city, 1 city. So yeah, -1 health actually does help this next turn. Two damage to Dahan and they land with things. It's gonna be C4, and then there's a Blight in C4, and then we add Disease to land with both Dahan and Invaders. Just gonna be one of these 2. Yeah, it's gonna be Spurn. Because letting these Ravages turn into builds is a bit of a waste, plus adding a town to a land with Dahan just increases things. I don't like that. I could do it here instead, the damage, or the disease. Well, I want the Dahan in there, though, so it's here. Add disease. I mean, this is now blighted. Put disease there, though. Okay. Oh, I didn't do the any. I'm smart. I have so much energy now, jeez. It's like absorbing myself is really good. Actually, not even absorbing myself. Actually, absorbing myself gives me another energy, right? Because target spirit gains an energy. Yeah, I gain 3 energy plus 1, so I'm at 4. Could be major. Wetlands build. Eggers. Have to play Aegis. Have to play Fire in the Sky unless the major does something really good fast, but then it's like, why would I be playing that then? Yeah, so I have to play 2 powers, and I know what 2 powers they are, so it's not gonna be it's not gonna be a major here. I could take a major and forget something else, I guess. And prep for next turn, figure out in advance what my major plan is for next turn. We have cards to forget, right? Rights of the Land's Rejection. Actually, that's a really nice element for me, so maybe not. Sap the Strength is a defend at range 0, but I have a perfectly good defend at home. The defend at home. I guess the problem is how am I defending C5 next turn? Assuming I have elements, which if I do Fire in the Sky and Aegis, then I don't actually have a moon. Oh, I have an innate moon. But I don't have Earths. It's kind of awkward. I don't think I have enough to push the town out. And then Aegis isn't enough for that. Aegis would be enough for C8. But C5 becomes the next hot problem. I guess I could reclaim Fire in the Sky and then it's not a problem. Well, I have to reclaim all on that turn. But if it's a major, that helps out, I guess. I mean, Sap the Strength also would work, but I guess, no, I don't need Sap the Strength. It doesn't give good elements. Let's go major. Dissolve the Bonds helps. Except I can't play it this turn. I could play Winds this turn. Which is interesting, because then I don't have to play Aegis. I could use Winds and C2. And then reclaim, like, Aegis or whatever. And then next turn I have Fire in the Sky and Aegis without having to reclaim all. Yeah, because actually with Winds of Rust, I don't need Fire in the Sky and Aegis. I could keep those cards for next turn's Ravage. And I guess I can use that to forget the Defend 5 power that did less than this. And I have the Sacred Site for it, and it's all good. Dissolve would be more fun, but I guess it's not happening. Okay, I take Winds of Rust. So what am I then playing? What's my play? I guess I could use In Flames. And then I don't have to Fire in the Sky next turn. What? What happens if I play these? Still don't have enough Earths. Reclaiming Gift of Flowing Power doesn't help because it doesn't give me the Earth directly. How close am I to the threshold on this? Doesn't matter if I have the threshold on this. I'm not gonna get it because I need 2 airs and a water if I were to use Flowing Power trick. kind of annoying because that, I guess it doesn't really, like, the problem wasn't that, like, I don't have enough. Like, I have enough for C8 with Aegis, it's just I didn't have enough for C5. But I will if I do Inflame on the city in C5. An animal means I can do both. Disease and Strife, so that disease does something. Might persist through games. Doing 1 damage to a building doesn't do anything, so I think that's okay. Why am I not able to finish playing cards? Like, isn't this reclaim, like, optional now? I'm definitely doing it, I don't know why I can't finish playing cards. I mean, that's always being taken for this turn, or next turn. Missionaries. By clicking on the discard, I activated the reclaim. Wow, so I can't click on the discard to look at my cards and then decide later that I don't want to reclaim? Rude. Fair enough, though. All right, so... more energy. I could afford it by forgetting Fire in the Sky. Yikes. On the other hand, it gives me 2 fear, but... oh, C6 isn't defended. What? What? How did I forget that I had to defend C6? Did I just completely forget that C6 needed defense? Did I just not acknowledge there was 2 explorers there? Probably the latter. I probably just thought there was 1. I could ignore their contact, gamble for a sun, to push an explorer away. There's also 2 fear cards that might just be push an explorer or whatever. They are Terror level 2 cards. Probably gonna win by getting without cities. Well, no, because there's gonna be a city here. Do I need Fire in the Sky at this point, though? Or do I just replace this card because Fire in the Sky might help next turn? I mean, we're strifing this city with Inflame. I guess I can use the any to give myself a sun, and then I discard Fire and I spend an energy. Then I don't have to forget Fire. But then I don't have the you may do both for Strife and Disease. Probably doesn't matter. We're probably just gonna win. The blight's adding up, but it's still early days. I guess that extra disease. Oh, but there's no land with city because I turned this into a town. Oh, that's awkward then. Is it okay if we replace a Dahan with a town? In the long term, no, but there's only 5 Dahan on the board right now. On each board with 2 to 4 Dahan, you add 1. So if I remove a Dahan, we add it back at least. And there is a place we can do the change, at least. Sort of. Slightly. Add Dahan to the lowest numbered land with Dahan would be C1, so I'd remove C1, I guess. Let's do that. No, let's not do that. Let's forget Fire. Oh, but I already clicked it and already revealed, so I can't rewind anymore. What did it do? It happened so quickly. Oh, I got the sun. Okay, so I can just push. Great. Man, things went so fast that I didn't notice we even revealed a card. Dang. Beasts go in C2, I guess. Coastal stuff's always better. Different land with Dahan. 1 damage per Dahan. Sorry, wrong one. They're dead. 1 damage per Dahan does shit there, so just kill the explorer that got pushed out. Replace a town with an explorer and a coastal land. I guess like it does nothing. Coastal. Cute. I used up the any. Oh, I didn't use the any yet, right? And I will... I don't even have the thing. I will just take an energy. Cute. Alright. Defend 4 in... Or defend 3 is enough? Yeah, so Aegis works. The hell am I doing this game? I don't know. I've made like 0 progress. Am I waking up yet? No. Man. Alright, take a power. I want to make it major. I'll make it major. Claim. Is there anything that says remove stuff? Yes, there is. Pent-up calamity. Not the right stuff, though. Pent-up calamity just wins the game, though. Right? Like... Oh no, I guess we need 7 fear, actually. But we can remove a strife and a disease, and that does 6 damage, which kills city and town. So that's 3 fear plus 2 fear off the cards. That's 5 fear off of that. Presumably we hit the threshold on it, which means I could return the disease or something, but I don't know. It doesn't really feel like forward progress, but Pent-up Calamity is a good card to hold off or pass off to the next spirit. Is this stage 3 yet? No. I have a moon and a fire innate, so I just have to play this card and a fire card. Or just my any can be fire, so that seems good. That seems worth passing off. Fire in the Sky combos with Pent-up Calamity. Does that give me the victory? 2 fear there, and then another fear. Oh, is that actually enough fear? We need 7. And the Fire in the Sky is 2 fear, and it makes Pent-up do another fear, because it's 3 tokens, so that's 5 fear off of that. And then Destroying City Town is 3 more fear. Yeah, that we win. We win with 3 blight on the board, I guess. That's my life now. I could try to stall for a bit, but that coastal build doesn't seem too fruitful. Oh, probably want to move tokens back. Yeah. Third wave. We will set up Pent-up Calamity. That seems helpful. And disease. Keep it in the land with Blight, probably. Playing Keeper. Keeper can do some cleanup. There are jungles and wetlands with disease. Or with strife. With Blight. My gosh. Also, they are doing the C2 build again. You gotta get rid of that Blight in C2, because it always starts with a city. Unfortunately, that's the one land I can't remove Blight from innately. So... let's see, power. None of these remove Blight. One of them adds Blight. So that's one way of progressing the game. Actually, 2 of these add Blight, actually. 2 of these destroy 3 towns and add a Blight. I mean, I could scour C6. And we could Blight the island and see what the Blight card is. That is information that can be helpful. Swarming Wasps puts beasts down, I guess. But do I care about that? Have a beast. We have a perfectly good beasts at home. Other question is, am I playing 2 cards this turn? My usual turn 1 is to Try to save 2 energy for next turn so I could do double presence. If I'm not playing 2 cards, then I would generally take the Sun and play a Sun card so I can push Explorers from a land without Blight, but there aren't really many options for that because only the mountains. That's rude. There was like very little change on the island. We just removed a blight. Or I keep confusing blight and disease. We removed a disease from the board, and that was the only thing we did in between. It didn't have any Dahan pushing or moving or adding, so not much happened there. Is there any value in doing Pull Beneath? Pull Beneath kills the town in C4. No, it doesn't, because that's not a Sands Wetlands. Never mind. None of these have plant. One of them has sun, I don't like it. I take Swarming Wasps. This does create a sacred site. I'm gonna put it here under the assumption that I will want to not have cities next to single Dahans. I guess I could oh, I will not have the sun if I do regrow, never mind. Just do Boon of Growing Power and Cry. Well, I can Spreading Wilds, that's the good news. Can be minor. Those powers are something. Sky stretches. Low powers fast. Powering Wrath into C2. What's my plan for C6 and C2? I haven't figured out how to deal with those lands, period. So like I can Spreading Wilds into C3 to get a Wilds in there, and then my double presence ends up in C3, so I have 2 sacred sites next to C2 and I do 2 damage in there. The problem is Sky Stretches plus Towering Wrath doesn't do enough damage to stop the Ravage in C2. It doesn't stop the Ravage in C6, and it doesn't matter what cards I find otherwise, so that doesn't immediately solve the problems. Animated Rack Root does add wilds, but it's at range 0, and range 0 wilds aren't super helpful. Or it's just a free fear card, which I guess is valuable sometimes. I don't have a solution for C2. The only possible solution to C6 is... I could Sacred Site C7 and then Towering Wrath C6. It kills the Dahan, but it stops the Ravage. So far, that's the only thing that solves that problem. And then we blight the island, and we go from there. Okay. defend 4 is enough for c6 now. Interestingly, no, it wouldn't have been enough for c2 anyway. Defend 4 at c2 would be cute because I could have gotten Dahan in there with the Sacred Site, but defend 4 wouldn't have been good enough. I would have needed more. Swarming Wasps actually would have been enough. Yeah, it would have been enough, dang. But Elusive Ambushes solve c6 without me wasting resources, I feel like. And it gives okay elements. It gives a sun and fire. I accept. So now I don't need that Sacred Site unless I decide I do still want to use Towering Wrath, like in c5, for instance, because I will have 2 Sacred Sites there, and it's a good target because it is blighted. I could also just regrow in there because we need to remove Blight. You're right, Wasps does say no Blight, so that wouldn't have worked. Fair point. If I get... Oh, I'm not going to have a plant for this. I'm not actually punishing this turn. Sadness. I think the Sacred Site's better, right? Do I need to worry about being able to grow into C1? I'm going to have +1 range, right? On Spreading Wilds? No, I'm not, because I thought the plant was +1 range. That's not what it is. Plant says you add a wilds. They're exploring either jungle or wetlands next turn. If they explore wetlands, it's actually really good because they're not going to see C8. If they explore jungle, then they explore C4. So if they explore wetlands, then Towering Wrath is really good. That solves C5 from being a problem. It uses the disease to do that, and then C8 also isn't a problem because things are dead. Unless towns have +1 health or some stupid thing. If they explore jungles, Towering Wrath in C4 is good. Unfortunately, I won't have the reach for C1. I think I'm using all my energy on Towering Wrath if I do that. So I guess the alternative is that I save my energy to do double presence next turn. I mean, I don't need to do Towering Wrath in C5 this turn. I can do it next turn. And of course, I have to think about C3 as well. If I do Sky Stretches fast... Or, sorry, Sky Stretches to make my thingy fast, the Spreading Wilds fast, then actually I get the guy out of C3 and they don't build there. And that saves me extra energy next turn to do double growth, which probably does something. Like, we haven't solved C2, so we're blighting the island, and so we're gonna see what the event card is. The event card says remove 3 presents. This is gonna be pretty fun, isn't it? So then I don't really need the Sacred Site in C7 with that plant is the thing, so I could just grow into C1 directly. I could just grow into C6 and then make a Sacred Site next turn, push the Dahan into C1, but why would I be doing that? I'm trying to plan for the next Explorer and I don't know what it is, so I think I should just focus on what I do know, which is the mountain build. So solving C3 means I don't have to defend next turn, and I have the solution for that. I guess the problem is I can't put my presence in C1 if I want to cascade into C1, for instance, but I could just cascade into C3 because we'll have solved the C3 problem immediately. I don't foresee why I would want to be in C1 immediately. If they explore C1, then I would want to be there eventually, but I don't have to be. Actually, if they explore C1, well, I've already used spreading wilds in this plan. I can't actually spread wilds. So if I want to be in C1, I would have to do it with like my second presence next turn. I just feel like I'm overthinking things. So I think I'm just gonna go with what I think works fine, which is to grow into C6. I don't think even the event screws this up. Unless the event turns the Dahan into a town and also deals +1 damage, which doesn't happen. I guess the problem is I can't actually add a wilds. I can just push the explorer out. I don't need that wilds in C3. I would like the wilds in C3, but if I just let them build, can I do something about it? I guess if worst comes to worst, I can... put wilds there next turn, and then Sacrosanct Wilderness... Or not next turn. What am I thinking? If I do this instead, is what I'm thinking. That's really the only other option here. This gives me the plant, which means I get a wild. So if I do put a wilds in C3, I could use Sacrosanct Wilderness to kill the town and push Dahan somewhere. But the problem, I guess, is that I can't. If I wanted to cascade into C3, and now I can't do that. So yeah, I just don't. I think it's okay if there isn't a wilds there. It makes it harder to grow into, I guess, because this growth option is the only one that doesn't care about blight, but it requires wilds, which does care about blight, so it's annoying. Wave A. I'll throw you into C4, and maybe the event says defend 5 in a land with beasts. That isn't defend 5 in a land with beasts. There's no Dahan in a land with blight. We get fear off of the beasts. Push and explore inland. This is now my land, I guess. Alright, here we go. Let's do this first, just in case something happens. It's a classic one. Whoa. That is weird. But we have lots of blight on the card now. That's the good news. We are destroying a presence every turn. Like, forcibly destroying a presence. It's not choice here. So Towering Wrath into C5 is the hope. And actually I can do 6 damage in there, which is pretty good. I feel like I'm doing Towering Wrath and Regrow from Roots because we gotta start cleaning up blight, because going into the next wave, blight left on the board is gonna be 4, so we gotta, like, we'll leave 4 blight on the board, but there's currently 5 blight on the board. I want to remove blight, is how I feel about this. So it's still gonna be double growth. I can go up to 3 card plays, but I don't have. I want to get more energy. That's my feelings on the matter here. Take 1 more minor, and then we'll start doing majors, I guess. Gift of Living Energy. That's pretty good minor. course, the disadvantage with this is that I don't have the energy for doing super growth next turn. I'm not doing 3 card plays next turn. Do I need that plant? I don't really need the plant. Maybe I don't do the plant. I like... That's cheating. Wait a minute. That's broken. I'm not supposed to have that much energy, by the way. Let's do this. I'm not supposed to have that much energy. I swear to you. I'm supposed to have 5. I accidentally hit this button. I don't know why you can hit this button. But I undid this, which shouldn't have been used. I'm gonna report the bug. There. Just speed run things. Yeah, so now I can get to 3 card plays next turn. And now I don't feel like I'm a bad player. Oh, Towering Wrath doesn't actually work because I only have 2 Sacred Sites. We are at least removing the Blight though, and then I can put Wilds down, so it's actually okay. Oh my god, it's not a Blighted Island card. Aided by Moon, I have 0 Moon. Literally 0 Moon? No, Boon of Growing Power has Moon. I forget Boon of Growing Power. 1 for per player and add a beasts. Or we take a basically 50-50 shot, ending up to the minor power deck, how many fast powers there are, which I don't want to count this, so it's just a number. Potentially adds disease to a land with buildings, which all of them are blighted, so that's bad. So I think we just have to forget. Fight, Boon of Growing Power. Add disease to a land with both Dahan and invaders and do 2 damage. Oh, I know, this is the beasts part. Add beasts to a land with buildings, so just go there, I guess. Be where I am. No build, no. Yep, okay, cool. Mountains. Okay. Grow. I have 2 suns. I can punish here. I'll first this. This is actually pretty awkward because I can't put the wilds here. But if I only push 1 explorer, then they don't ravage. If I do 2 damage to a town and 2 damage to explorers, there's a town left over, but spreading wilds doesn't actually help with that. Sacrosanct Wilderness would. Is that actually the better plan? Maybe it is. I don't push an explorer out. Oh, this one. I don't push an explorer out, but I can kill it with Sacrosanct next turn. Now we're in stage 2. Killing that town does stop visibility of C6. Which is nice. There is an explorer in there already, but it is nice. Not as many explorers. C8's not being explored. They've already explored mountains, so yeah, it would only benefit C6, I guess. I can't do anything about C3 yet. That's the main problem I face. Could take major, we have energy for days. The scarred swarming wasps. We're reclaiming next turn, like always. And we have lots of energy. We have 7 energy, -2 with Sacrosanct, so it's 5 energy. Lots of potential elements here. We have another Punish coming up. This is pretty nice. Dissolve is back. Dissolve returned. Fire and Flood I can't afford. Death falls gently. I will not have the heirs, but it targets jungle sands. I guess what would benefit C2 the most, I guess. Dissolve the Bonds works in C2. It's the worst for C2, but it's the best for C2? Like what? I could do Grant Hatred. Because there is those, they're right next to each other and I still can't sort them out. There's a Blight in the land, so I can do 2 damage. It will not kill all invaders. I don't have the threshold for dissolve, right? Because I need animals. I'll just do dissolve. Just get rid of buildings that way. Okay. I can lose the mountain presence because they're not doing anything there. On each board with invaders, add blight to an inland land. Prevent this by destroying 3 presence. Yikes. Not ravage in lands with disease strife. Not happening. Push from a land with Dahan. Hey. It stops a build. Success. Not really fond on Blight, but I guess we could put it in a jungle, or not jungle, a wetland, and remove it most easily by using regrow. Removing 3 presence slows me down tremendously. We do need to clean up Blight. Okay, C3's sort of sorted. Sort of. This is actually bad now. A city with 2 explorers, town with 1 explorer. There's no Dahan. I have to push the 4 explorers to as many different lands as possible, which is these 4. So it goes into C3. It does stop the build in C2. And the Ravage that cascades in C3 and triply cascades or doubly cascades actually isn't good. Like, do I have a way of dealing with C3? I have elusive ambushes, I guess. That deals with C3. Okay. Stops the build in C2. Actually, if I do that, do we just win? This doesn't do fear. And we're still on terror level 1 with 4 fear left, so you don't immediately win, which is fine because I have more time to clean up the board, is what that means. Like, I think it's okay for the game to be prolonged, right? Because things are sort of under control once we get rid of those buildings. think we can prolong things a bit. I guess this invader is strafed, so actually you could safely go into C3, but we'll have that defended anyway. I guess I don't stop C1 build, do I? Actually, let me do spreading wilds in there first, so that I can get a wilds in there. That seems smarter. I mean, this is going to be defended. Like, I'm always playing elusive ambushes. I'm not risking with the event. Okay. So blight cleanup is the game, which we can best do with regrow, I guess. We'll get up to 5 and reclaim 1 and just play regrow every turn to get rid of the one in C8 and C4, and then figure out how to do these, which could be best done with miners, probably. Did I take it from the right one? No, I took the wrong one. You doofus. Okay, those are my plays. Stop it! Stop it! Okay, I can just destroy 2 presents to stop this, I guess. Do I need my presents in places? Keep them in the land with invaders, I guess. I don't need the sacred site right now. Fear or move? This is fear, this moves. Nice. Could just push him, I guess. Or he just dies because I had super threshold effect. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, now I'm looking for powers that remove blight in sands and mountains, and I think those are mostly miners, aren't they? And of course, the places with blight have Dolphin because I pushed them into lands with blight. Whoops. I guess I could just do these 2 options and just keep gaining cards. Gain a minor and a major, maybe just because there are majors that do it. So, like, yeah, we've won. We're just postponing the game. This invader exists to make sure we haven't won the game yet. So now we remove blight. That's his job. That's Phil's job. Phil is to make sure we don't. Okay, absorb corruption is perfection. Yeah, Phil's job is to make sure that there's an invader on the board. I could put way more wilds on the board, I guess. I don't think the moving Blake card is going to help because I can't even get into the lands with Blake because I'm keeper. I think we don't really need that anymore. Probably. We're just preventing builds forever. We don't need to dissolve the bonds. Builds are prevented by my existence. By my very might. Am I getting Renewing Rain back? What do you mean renewing rain? Or do you mean regrow? Oh, you just meant regrow. Okay. Am I even in Sands? I am in Sands. Those do anything? More suns. I can push 2 explorers, I guess, but they're not doing double explorers unless it's an event, I guess. I don't know. Just keep the energy. I don't need those. I don't need +1 range, right? I see everything right now. I have to lose a presence. Oh, right, because I was like, why do I not have enough presents? It's because I destroyed 2 presents last turn. These don't need Sacred Site. Yeah, they don't. Okay. This one isn't necessary. Stop! Oh. Never mind. This is fine. Just do, like, anything because there's only one invader and he can't do anything? Okay. Alright, we gotta get this guy out of the sands. Okay. I guess if I want to not have him build there, then I have to, like, push out of there. I wanted to get the wilds there, but whatever. It's happening. Okay. Wilds. Probably would prefer for him to be in the mountains, actually, because the beast could kill him. I probably don't even want him... The problem is I don't want him in lands with Dahan because he's gonna die to an event that says Dahan deal, or fear... Well, we don't have Fear Card. Is there an event that says Dahan deal damage? No! Sorry, Phil, I'm trying to keep you alive here. All right, we did it. So Absorb Corruption deals with C2. Can I repeat it? I can repeat it if I get Power Storm, right? So next goal is Power Storm. That's not Power Storm. I can add more Blight. I can do a lot of pushing. None of these do anything. I'll take Cast Down to hand it off to the next player? No. I mean, Terrifying Nightmares is good to pass off. I'm sure I already have something I can pass off, but... Major! This puts me in a land with Blade, at least. Uncle Hungers is really powerful to pass off. I think I don't need regrow anymore because all the Blades now in sands and I can't do anything about that. I have a set-aside power now. Ends up Calamity. Adds a disease. I need to get both of those Blights out because the city's always in C2 and I don't want Blight in the land with the city, so I kind of have to push this off for 2 turns. So let's not play anything else here. This wins the game is the problem. Well, not really, but it's close to winning. But they're not ravaging or building, so I'm gonna just finish playing this. Aha! You tried to fool me with Blighted Island, but it didn't work. Okay, now that guy is a nuisance, because I can't spread in there. Sands, wetlands, yeah, so none of this does anything. I allow you to live for one more turn. So, sky stretches plus the thing gets rid of that light. And then I win with terrifying nightmares. I think that's my thought process here. I could use Pent-Up Calamity to get a disease in C2 as well, so we're in a really solid position. I can only keep one wilds on this board, that's sad. So any power that gains fear, I guess, is what I need, unless I have enough moons to get the +4 fear. So I'm looking for moons or fear. Fast fear, that is. This is fast, but not, you know, there's no building, so it grants 0 fear. So I will... just take the moon. Here. I like the Dahan being where they are. Coastal Dahan are good. So this, this, keep an energy for that. I guess that's the problem, I don't have the energy for that. Poop. Anything wrong with them doing one more thing? Do I get more fear if I just don't do this? No. Stuck between a rock and a hard place here. I want to add the disease. And I need to have the energy for Absorb Corruption. Move the blight slow. Well, I can just let them go one more turn, I guess. The problem is... I guess I can stop the build with this. And then there isn't a town and they only explore coast, which does nothing. And then next turn we win with fear, so maybe that's okay then. I need a sacred site for that. No, don't do that. Okay. But I don't actually need that then. Nightmare does stop the build here, right? But I don't want the event card to say +1 fear for, like, Beast with Invaders, which is currently happening in C4. I need to stop C4. +1 damage from Ravage means that land is now blighted. Which is okay, because then I'll just do Sky Stretches and Absorb Corruption next turn, I guess. Okay. I could play Dark Entangled Woods for defend. Alright, cool. I took that card for fear, and I proceeded to not fear. Excellent. Would be fine. I don't want to play that set-aside power yet. Oh, that is fear. It is fear. So yeah, well, I thought it was optional fear. To fear or defend 3. Okay, whatever. I'm past the point of caring. I don't need that sacred site. Well, so much for that. Okay. I knew that was going to happen too. I have all these majors. Uncle Hungers, though. Beasts, let's put you in C5. That's where a town is, right? Wilds. So what's the most relevant here? In wave 4, it's 3, 4, 5 has towns. But also the pre-printed is on 4-5, so I have no idea where that's gonna put stuff, but maybe C1 will be empty. Also C6 is probably empty, isn't it? 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 should be empty. Is it gonna be empty? Where is the town on board C? That's the one I never, well, I can never remember where pre-printed stuff is. I'm gonna do C1. C1's probably fine. Ocean. Aha, C6. And aha, Wilds in C1. Aha, aha, aha. Aha, aha, aha. Of course, now they're going to explore jungle, and then my Call of the Deeps will not do anything. Cool. Aha! I don't know what I'm ha-haing, but I'm ha-haing. Can I do Swallow fast? The answer might surprise you. Nope. But I can do Grasping Tide for Defend 4 after I do Swallow in C3. Yeah, so well, not Swallow, Tidal Boon, rather. I'd rather do Tidal Boon, right? Because Tidal Boon gives me energy, pushes a town, 2 energy. Swallow kills the Dahan, but I want the Dahan there. And Defend 4 is enough, pending the event. Do I need to play 2 cards this turn, or do I take Moonwater? Kind of like the elements, just because All the Deeps isn't doing anything. Grasping Tide for next turn, Swallow Land Dwellers is not really going to do much, unless they explore B2. And then there's Dahan in there, and they die too. I don't know. Why did I put Dahan on the coast? Remember when I said that was a good place for them to be? We later found out that was a lie. I can actually just drown the town, which is awkward because I also just drowned the town. Wetlands, eh? Let's get you... No, let's keep you there. We need you to defend. Wetlands is not good. I think our goal is to win the game fast before the island gets super blighted, which is good that we removed all the inner blights to prevent that from being a problem. Turn 2 major. Swallow's just not going to do anything here. Do turn 2 major. Yes, I could do more Blight, I guess. Insatiable Hunger stops C5 by blighting C5. Winds of Rust actually is really good for stopping like we could do it in C5 or C8 next turn, I guess. We have the Sacred Site in the ocean, and that's range 3 from ocean. Everything's range 3 from ocean. No Earths here, so I can't use these to help swallow towns, unfortunately. But moon and air, or sorry, air and water is good. So I will take the air and water, I guess. I forgot the card that drowns things. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're not exploring that, so that's no, that's a dead. That's a dead. Might as well take some energy. Aha! Remove the beasts. No land with 2 buildings. Okay, so do I kill the town and remove the beasts, or do I leave the beasts there and put a city there, which is bad? I think I do the town destroy. Okay. And it is. Don't have to reclaim this turn. Unless reclaiming gives me 2 Earths, but it doesn't because I forgot the other card that gives me Earths. So in order for me to drown this city here, I need to... Question mark. I could just drown the town, I guess. But I still need to find an Earth card somewhere. Reclaiming is the safest way of doing that. If I don't reclaim, is that okay? I have Grasping Tide for defend 4. I could call the Deeps for defend for pulling Explorer, I guess. It's not really ideal, I feel like. Gotta keep growing. But what am I growing to is the problem. We know what the Blight card is. We have 5 Blight on that side because of our cleanup efforts. But Winds of Rust solves 1 Ravage. I mean, we're taking a power card either way. The question is what that power card is. If it's a defend card, it stops 2 Ravages most likely. If it's enough range and enough defend. I feel like I just grow. This is going to be minor. Damage per Dahan is not really perfect. Pushing a town is a defend, except this range 0. Is a Sharp Undergrowth kills a Dahan. These are not really good. We did get an earth, though, and the only earth is rouse the trees. So if I want to drown the town in B2 or C2, whatever this board is, I need to play rouse the trees, but it doesn't defend both B5 and B8, so we're in fear trustfall territory. I need +1 energy. We're drowning a town for 2 energy this turn. I think I take energy, though. I'm gonna put Inland Blight because there shouldn't be a town in there next island. Add town to a land with things. Diseased sands or mountains with the most buildings. Oh, I don't want the disease there. Hey, I get +1 energy. Cool. Disease to the sands or mountains with the most, so it's actually going here would be pretty okay. Add the town first, though. Tempted to put it here, but I don't have enough resources. Like, Seamus would just instant click there because nom nom, but I don't have enough omnoms. I forgot the card that omnoms. So my omnoms are purely from this, and we're only gonna get 1 drown each turn, and there's gonna be a second town in here, and actually if I put the town in there, the disease goes in there, and then it gets used up immediately. But I would like the disease in B6, C6, C6. It's C, right? It's safe to go in the wetlands, I guess. So go in the wetlands, disease there. Their card says strife in a land with different invaders. So this doesn't blight then. Or I could put it on the city, and I don't have to defend it next turn, but I have enough to defend these 2 next turn, so it's okay. Stop that blight. Oh boy, wetlands party. So the sands is sorted this turn, and then the wetlands is not sorted. Okay. If I find a defend card, then I don't have to play Winds of Rust in C6, is what's happening here. I think I do minor because it's more likely for a defend card. Gift of Constancy doesn't work because I need to play 2 defend cards. None of these say defend. But one of these does add a wild if it goes away. Here There Be Monsters is the perfect ocean card. Take a moment to appreciate Here There Be Monsters with ocean. I guess if I want Earth, I take Gift of Constancy. Because our problem was lack of Earth. You have 1 more Earth card than we did before, but this means I get energy and I don't have to reclaim as much, so I think it benefits more than it detriments. Don't need this Sacred Site for now. But I have to play both my defends this turn. Unless I let C6 blight. If I let C6 blight, does that do anything positive to me? I can play Rouse the Trees in C5, and then I don't have to defend C5 next turn. And then I can do Winds of Rust in C8, and that doesn't blight. That's probably better. I think. Because our game is basically to just not... We need to generate fear, I guess, is the problem. We're not generating that much fear because we don't have as many heirs by doing this. We need more card plays. We need to not reclaim next turn, so keeping a defend card for next turn is good. I honestly might need to do double presence to get to 3 card plays, so I can do more. Towns deal plus damage, so actually would have still been defended. With Winds of Rust, oh well. We're adding up beasts. Adding a Dahan to jungler wetland. There's a chance that invaders skip all actions in a land with beasts, right? Let's assume that does something. Different land with Dahan, 1 damage per Dahan there. They're already dead. So it's this one. You're just going in all the same lands. Like, that's not how this is supposed to work. This is not the deal that we've arranged. This is not how we agreed you would do things. So, yeah, if I just do double presence to get the 3 card plays, does that actually do anything? I could play Gift of Constancy and reclaim a card, and then I could Call of the Deeps the 2 Explorers and get 2 energy out of that. And Winds of Rust into C8, and I could reclaim Winds of Rust. And I'll have the Town Destroy, or Town Drown in C2, and then Winds of Rust for next turn. Yeah, that seems okay. This just means I can play more cards, I think. Which is good. Also, I get high level this. Oh, but I'm not drowning this town if I do that. I'll just drown 1. I want to have that build. Okay. I have 1 sunshine. Cities do +3, doesn't do anything. Disease in a land with city, there is no city. 2 fear per player, doesn't push us over just yet. Beasts destroy and explore, does that one. Could just do missionaries arrive, I think. Or, sorry, ignore the contact. This is missionaries arrive. Alright, we reveal the sun. We're pushing an explorer. Here's where Seamus is like, put it into the ocean! Oh, it has to be this guy? So we're not getting that town? Ugh. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. I guess we do this. I'm sad. Oh yeah, the fair cards skipped the build, that's right. Oh right, they're not even ravaging next turn. That's really weird. I don't need... I was gonna reclaim this, but now I don't need to. I reclaim this because I can drown explorers. I guess that's reasonable. Major. Claim. Calamity. Power Storm. You don't have fires. Claim actually works in conjunction with, really weird. It works in conjunction with Gift of Constancy. I get fear if invaders are present and skip all actions in target land, which is weird. But if my goal is to, like, clean up the board, there's no blight cleanup here. There's cards that add disease. Which is probably the most important one of the bunch here. So it's gonna be Pens of Calamity. It has returned. Go away. have only 3 cards in hand. But I also don't need Earth. So I will take power play. I don't even need this. Oh, but I gain energy, so that's fine. Gonna get used up immediately is the problem if I use that there, but I could just use it here and then I don't worry about this next turn. And then next turn I do like something there instead. Or we might just win because of no cities or something. On the coastal. Sure. Now we have a city now, but it will be replaced, so it doesn't matter. There's still nothing happening. Oh, do I want to push them in there, maybe? Maybe I do. Yeah, that's good. Basically, I have a tier 3 situation here. Windsor Rest solves this. Could think about putting a disease here or just plop it down here for the city that's there next turn or next game. Major again? Always be major. I clicked minor. I'm smart. I'm smart. I guess Infested Aquifers gives me disease as well. Spuron does nothing for me except gives me an error. Veil doesn't work. We just win though. Actually, we just win, so it doesn't matter. We don't have the Blight cleanup, but I don't know that we can like... Actually, with Winds of Rust, we're probably okay. We can get a disease down at least. And then we'll have to worry about... Because the pre-printed town was in land 7, right? That's kind of the assumption here, because closer to coast shift for pre-printed invaders is wave 4-5, so it put it in 6 instead of 7 is my presumption there. But that's okay. Just do this when the game. Put a disease on the board. Set aside power. Would also just win the game. I have to win to not cascade. Wins a rest. I could keep the game going by leaving the city there and turning the town into an explorer. And then it's defend 6. Like, yeah. Oh, it doesn't immediately win. Oh, but this wins. Okay. Set aside a power. Always pens up calamity. Let's get the Dawn and Duples. Hey, it's you. We are saved. Thunder Speaker is here. And because of her rule, we put two presents in one in each of the 2 lands. And hey, there's many lands. I will guess the lands that have buildings in them. And they proceed to go into the 2 lands that don't have Dahan in them. They could have picked jungle, sands, or mountain, and I would have been happy. And instead, they went wetlands. Okay, you do you. Do I do the usual use up all your resources to stop the first Ravage game, or do I let them Ravage with 1 Blight left on the card? Yikes. And then I, And I guess we have one blight left on the card because we had only one blight left on the card. That's what happens, right? Interesting. But we have the 5 blight that was on the scenario card back on the other side of the blight card, right? So it's actually like same number of blight that we have to play with, basically. Do I have a means of dealing with C8? And or C5, of course. Voice of Thunder plus Manifestation does 4 damage in C5. Isn't quite enough. But actually, yeah, it wouldn't be enough because I don't have push into there. Push/gather. I could just do sudden ambush into C8. And then let C5 blight. And then that blights the island. Ugh. I don't want to blight the island right away, because then I have to start deleting presents right away, and Thunderspeaker might be in a reclaim loop sometimes. Yes, blight card is always the same. It's the one that's classic 5 blight, and at the start of the invader phase, destroy one of your presents. Oh, Voice of Thunder plus Manifestation gives me Town Destroy. So I can deal with C5 this turn, I can deal with C8 fast next turn with Words of Warning plus Sudden Ambush, and then whatever they decide to build at that point, I guess, is the next problem. And if it's Sands, it's kind of worst case. It's a lot of energy spent just to deal with the wetlands here. They should have just explored Sands. I would have been so much happier. I would have been so happy. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, the Blighted Island events very quickly as well. I don't want the Blighted events. What if I did Manifestation and Sudden Ambush? Which is not ideal because I don't get the Town Destroy, but I stop the C8 build. And then I have the animal off of Sudden Ambush, so I unlock Gather the Warriors, which is at Gather 2, push 1. So my Manifestation would still deal 4 damage in C5, and then I could use Words of Warning in C5 next turn. Main problem with that is I'm using all my fire cards to do that, and so I still don't get Town Destroy next turn, nor any damage whatsoever next turn. I feel like that's about equivalent to doing Manifestation, Voice of Thunder this turn, and Sudden Ambush was Warning next turn. Ugh. Why is my only means of town destroy by playing Manifestation? That's terrible. Who designed this game? The answer is Eric. Eric Royce? And why can I only get power cards when I reclaim? That's another question for the ages. So what's better or worse? Clearing C5 and then defending C8 next turn, or clearing C8 and defending C5 next turn? I guess, like, if they build in C8, that's another fear I get for destroying that town. Although that fear comes after the Ravage, so it's not going to give me a fear card immediately. Oh no, it will, because Manifestation gives me a fear. Well, if I do the sudden ambush route, I don't get that fear card because this town destroy happens in the Ravage. So I guess I do Manifestation and Voice of Thunder this turn is the answer. So for that to work, I need to have 2 presence to push into C5. And next turn I put presence in here, so I have range for sudden ambush or something. Sure hope I did this right. Uncle's is okay. Sands would have been worst at that point because I would have been not set up for it. Theoretically, I can do double presence this turn. This is always like the point where I'm like, I think about this for a while and then I do +4 energy. Because it's like, I could get to +2 for longer sustain, but then it's like, I get only 1 additional energy this turn and only 1 additional energy by the next turn. So it's like two additional energy versus +4 for now, which gives me a total of +4 by next turn. So it's like, yeah. Does that air do me anything now? I do have pushing, but I don't have, or gathering, but I don't have like any damage here, so it's just more gather 3 instead of gather 2. Just go up card plays. Go there to be with your friends. Always take the lump sum option, right? Yep. That's basically the truth. I don't want to move you. Doesn't really matter, but I don't want to move you. Hey, that stops a build. And we can get a fear off of it. We can push 2 Dahan from a land with Blight to a land without Blight, which is this guy, I guess. Let's make Super Army. Not the worst. I don't like C6 now. It is the worst now, isn't it? That C-tube disease is gonna work beautifully. We have to defend C4. Sure hope they don't convert singletons. How much push is this one? So I don't really want to have done this a different way. Defend 4 is not gonna kill everything is the annoying thing. But we're reclaiming. And then we look at cards. Guardian Serpents. Call to Bloodshed. Call to Tend. Hey, Tick, thank you for the raid. I just realized that when I put the cards over here, it's also obscuring here. It's obscuring the card in slot 4 with the timer, but it's okay, because it's here there be monsters, so no one cares about it. I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't take Call to Bloodshed because of the elements, but I also feel like Guardian Serpents has more utility. Well, not really. Call to Bloodshed. It's Call to Bloodshed. It's Call to Bloodshed. Out goes the Islanding. We're still alive. We're on wave 5. Call to Isolation is also a hot thing, but Purifying Flame removes Blight from all the lands that have Blight in them. Unfortunately, I only have 2 card plays this turn. Which is rather unfortunate because... am I gonna be able to manifest in C2? I really want to take Purifying Flame to help clean up the island, which is part of the objective here. But the first priority is to not be in a losing state. And the Sands is tough because of the Blight in both of the Sands. But if I don't take Call to Isolation, I can play Manifestation and Call to Bloodshed. I don't have enough damage to wipe out C4. Oh, I can't. I have to defend C4. Shoot. Doesn't quite work then. Words of Warning and Manifestation opens up the push. Gives me Town Destroy. Sorry, it opens up Gather the Warriors. I keep saying it's push because I keep thinking I'm pushing out. I did have a Defend 4 and I didn't take it, but if I do... Words of Warning, Manifestation, Words of Warning in C4, Manifestation in C2, Gather the Warriors in C2, then I have to figure out C6, which... I no longer have the Defend in that world. But I can do Sudden Ambush a Dahan into C6, which kills an Explorer, and then Call to Isolation to push the town, and then that's enough pending the event. That's the solution. Oh no, wait, this isn't enough defend. I thought it was enough. That's why I didn't take Defend 4. I'm an idiot. Don't say it, John. Punch yourself in the hands before you type things down, John. Okay, how do I ban John? I don't see a ban button next to John. Yeah, I really wish I had that Defend 4 now. Can I rewind back to there? This is cheating. It's cheating. because you have future information. And the main problem is one of those lands is gonna cascade now, and I'm gonna have to just live with that due to my mistake. Actually, no, that's not even, I can't even play that. I have to play this. And then it's even worse. It's even worse. I can't even just like let them ravage because like there's a possibility that the event card says defend 1 per Dahan, and that would be enough defend if I just defended 3 and ignored it. But like, I can't just let them ravage because the blight destroys a presence and then a killed Dahan kills a presence. Which really screws with my ability to get into C2. Well, I guess I still have presence in C3 and C5. Honestly, cheating seems like a good idea. No, we're not cheating. Honestly, I feel like the event trust fall is ideal here. I can still gather 2 with these 2. And then I can still do manifestation and lead the Furious Assault. And then this is solved by the same solution. So it's really like, I just need defend 1 or something. Instead, or maybe invaders, maybe we teach the invaders. You know, there's event cards that help here. Oh, that's not helpful. Well, it slightly is, actually. We have the Ravage, but we don't have the... Oh. I can't put it in C2, never mind. That's broken. Well, these guys are being pushed anyway, which means my presence vacates, which means nothing is lost, okay? I still have to gather in here, which is annoying. Just be closer this way, I guess. The event trustfall, I told you. Islands blighted. Wetlands, party. It'd be nice to use sudden ambush to stop one of those builds. I guess since the island's blighted, I don't have to be as stressed, but I would like to prevent all the blight because I didn't take any of the blight reduction cards that I saw, which is tragedy. Should stop eating so much avocado toast. Oh wait, no, I need to bring my stack. I want more Dahan in there though, is the problem. But I don't want to have a singleton, but I'm gonna have a singleton no matter how I do this. So we'll just do it this way. I do 3 card plays in air. I actually do this fast. If I do things fast, oh, but I still would need prep. I could stop one of the builds if I do that though. I could get Dahan in C6 and destroy it, destroy the town, and then call the isolation. Well, not really, because the problem is mainly I need I need to sudden ambush into C6. Anyway, like, my defend is to get rid of invaders. Sudden ambush, and then, what's this one called? Feed the Furious in C6 fast. And then... How far am I away from 3-card plays? I could just take +4 energy and ignore that altogether. That's a cute plan and all, but Call to Bloodshed is probably good. I'd rather play Call to Bloodshed than try to force fast Town Destroy, I feel like. Call to Bloodshed solves C5 without much effort. I'll still have a Town Destroy so I can get forces into C8. To kill that town? Okay. Alright, thank you, Take. Oh, I can't grow in there? Weird. Seems like a bug. I'm kidding, of course. Okay, I hope it's not +1 damage. No! Rude. I hate you. I hate you. Okay, for all the times that I've said I hope it's not +1 damage, it wasn't +1 damage for most of those times, so I guess we were owed one, to be fair. No, I don't want to gather in there. Whee! This completely screws with my ability to do this, I think. Yuck. Yuck. Alright, this. Now how the hell do I get something in there? This is gather 2, push 2. What if I just let them blight at this point? And instead... Can I just lose? Can I just lose so we stop this mess? I regret everything now. We're ahead at least, so it's fine. Is this blight worth more than letting like a city build in C1 or stuff over here? That's what I feel like sure about. I can at least get more forces over to this land. And actually Call to Bloodshed. Well, I already used Call to Bloodshed, so actually no, let's not do Call to Bloodshed there because I could just Furious Assault, huh? That seems smarter. Then I gather these, and then there, and then bam. Okay. Yikes! I'm losing a presence to the Blight card, and I have to reclaim. Don't I? Yikes. Because just playing Voice of Thunder here is wrong. Oh boy, one presence on the board. Steam Vents? Is Steam Vents carrying this run? I need free powers. I can't take a major because all my cards have energy next to them. There's only one blighted land. Or one blighted coastal land. Mountains, wetlands. There's only one blighted mountain, although C8's gonna blight. Elements. These don't really have elements. This is the closest, and actually it's probably the best because this has Dolphin on it, and it has Sun and Fire, so I take that one. Ignoring all the others. Ah, jeez. Alright, so what am I playing? 3 cards. Steam Vents to stop C2 build. All the Bloodshed to wipe out C3. Something that gets forces into C3 beyond that. We have successfully played 1 fire, 1 air, 1 sun. Voice of Thunder pushes 4. Gather 2 in here, push 4 in there, and all of a sudden I don't even need Call to Bloodshed, ironically, because I just destroyed 2. Oh, but I still killed the city, I guess. I kill 2 towns by having 4 Dahan in there, and I kill the city with 4 Dahan and an Explorer. Yeah, okay. That solves the Ravage. It doesn't solve this Ravage, it solves next turn's Ravage. And then next turn we regroup and figure out what the hell we're doing next. I don't have presence to destroy. I add blight to a land adjacent to a land with blight. So any land you want is the land with blight. That one. Oh, you're not building a city. Okay. Cool. Cool. See if I care. I didn't need that city there. Well, I didn't, but still. C7's building now. Thunderspeaker's supposed to be the one that carries this, not the one that's struggling hard. All right. Okay, well, C3 is ravaging. We have to deal with C3 first and foremost, and then C7 is the next problem. It could be manifested. If I can get Dahan in there some way. Probably just with my Gather the Warriors. Oy so... I don't need all the Dahan in there. So I think I gather 2 in here, but I push 1 in there. And then I Voice of Thunder these guys. I need to come. Need to Furious Assault and Call to Bloodshed. Alright, so now we have 3 Dahan close to C7 to wreak havoc. Any way that I could just place 2 presents down? I'm at 3 card plays right now. I can get to reclaim 1, and actually then I get Voice of Thunder back, and then I could just play Manifestation and Voice of Thunder, and it would probably be okay. I could also take Call to Isolation, I guess, to get the animal unlock. I could take 2 to get an extra energy, but I think a Reclaim 1 is better. And Call to Isolation for elements, I guess, because... Why did I decide I wanted that instead? Let's not do that. Let's hope this doesn't break. Okay. Let's take the air, because if I play this, then things are fast. And if things are fast, that's actually slightly better. Actually, then just stop the build straight up. Yeah, that is better. I stopped the build straight up. We win? No. Then I have a manifestation that exists. I need 2 Dahan for Furious. I guess Voice of Thunder gets Dahan for Manifest there, so I don't actually have to push anymore, but we'll just do that. Okay. Take a bite of that one. Okay, we're down to our last blight. Add disease, ignore disease. Air per land, blah blah blah. Skip the explorer. Okay. That was a very exciting invader phase. The event gave me one good thing and it's given me 3 shitty things. Hoi vey. Alright, so we're on wave 5 going into wave 6. We leave 6 blight on the board, so if I were to just win right now, I would still remove 2 blight. It's probably better to just win than it is to try to clean up all the blight, because I would have to clean up more than 2 blight for it to actually make a difference. Seeing as how there isn't going to be an explorer, we just have to kill the city and we win, and we can do that most easily by reclaiming and doing things. I guess we could just reclaim 1 card and put more presence down, but if we reclaim all, we might find a blight. Well, blight removal doesn't do anything. We might find a card that puts wilds down is the only one that would do anything here. And then there's of course the question of, is the event gonna put another frickin' blight down? Because if the event puts blight down, if it's forced, I lose. If it's destroy 3 presence to prevent the blight, I lose. Even with double presence, because I have to destroy 1. But if it's place 2 presence down to do it, then that's actually more manageable. So how do I get Dahan into C4 and kill with the card? The problem is I need energy for that to happen. Not most of them have 2 energy. I can't take +4 energy because I won't have enough presence to prevent the blight with 2 presence destructions. I have to click this, which is gonna open this up and make me have to do this. Yeah, I want to play Call to Bloodshed. Call to Bloodshed gives me the air, which opens up the Gather, and if I do Call to Bloodshed and Elusive Ambushes... Elusive Ambushes also does a damage. Oh, but the problem is I can't do the Gather fast. I need to get the Dawn in here and then stuff, but it doesn't quite work that way. Words of Warning doesn't really help because I can't gather enough Dawn. That would just be a sun. Like, the safest way to make sure I don't lose to the event is to place 2 presents, and the safest way to ensure that I win before something else bad happens is to kill the city by the next fast phase. We at least will be able to use Pent-Up Calamity at that stage. If we can get some token in there, then Pent-Up Calamity works. The problem is we have no tokens here. None of these add tokens. All of these are vanilla cards. No, Elusive Ambushes is not vanilla, but everything else is. I don't know that I can do that. So let's now go with the option of assuming that we don't have to destroy presence and we just have to destroy the city. Call the bloodshed will do enough damage if I can gather enough. It can gather enough if I get 3 sun cards. So yeah, just play these 2 cards and I can push 3 Dolphin out of C3 into C4. Of course, the actual problem to that is I need to have presence there. Oh man, the actual problem is even if I did this growth, I can't get my presence over here. My presence is isolated, man. I can get a presence in C1, but that doesn't help me get to C4. But if I did... Oh man, it would be gather 1, push 3. Oh no, that's bad. That is so bad. That is just rude. I'm not winning next turn then. Well, even if I place a presence down, then I don't do it. So what if I didn't have to move all my presence back there? Oh, was that a mistake I made before? I sort of did. Well, I had to get 1 presence in here. But I don't even care about this. I just care about the town destroy. So, like, what am I even doing? I don't get to tier level 3, right? So I just need to kill all the buildings in one. So we do this. Push 1. Push 1. Manifest to kill the town. Yeah, I think I was just on the mentality of I need to wipe the board, I think, was what I was thinking. I don't know why I did that. I guess because I wasn't focused on trying to win. Okay, so now I have the range to C4 with 1 range. Which makes it a lot easier. Because now I can simply say push from here. Because I can just grow into C4 directly. So we still need to not put a blight down, we still need to not destroy presence. That's the problem. If we get a blighted island card, we lose. We just need elements. It's the best way. I need the 3 suns anyway, so that's how we do that. These don't matter. Okay. Spurn or teach. Okay. Well, we do not have at least 2 buildings. We do not have a land with Dahan and buildings. So we just simply spurn. Okay. Just get the hell out of here. Just get the hell out of here. Alright, that was terrible. Halfway done now. Halfway done. Ugh. Someone yelled at me that I didn't click manifestation last time I did this. I honestly don't know. It assumes you have 1 presence in there, so it would basically deal damage equal to the number of Dahan. Which just doesn't seem good. TBH. Why did it take Call the Bloodshed? Which is literally the exact same, isn't it? Oh, it assumes a sacred site. Okay, well then fine. So that's actually better. Leave 6 blight. Oh, very little blight remains on the blight card. If it flips during the next wave, the island will be lost. Interesting. I didn't know that was a warning. Okay. Playing Vital Strength. Both these lands have blight. If I stillness C4, it's probably not worth stillnessing C4. Stillness C1, if anything. Put a presence in C5 or C6. Probably C5. And then something. Next turn I would have to do like stillness and guard the healing land. Stillness C1, healing land C4 with a presence in there. I'm gonna need lots of energy for that to work. I'm not even getting a power card, I feel like. And then the question is, how do we not lose the Ravage after that? So Sands, C2's not blighted, but it's probably the Cascade. Well, we're not cascading, we're stillnessing. So C2's okay, like, Sands is okay. We would be able to gather an Explorer out to stop the C6 build, and we would at C2 Ravage for the time being. Mountains less good because City in C7 and City in C5. Wetlands is a bit misery. But we can gather an Explorer out of C8, and then C5 is probably guard the healing land target on a reclaim turn. Because it defends 4 and removes a blight, so it actually would stop a Cascade and a blight, so it's actually good. It seems like Sands is ideal, Wetlands is second best, and Mountains is worst. So what's the plan for Mountains then, if they explore Mountains? I guess it would be to Stillness C3 and guard the healing land in C7. Problem with that is that's 6 freaking energy, and I don't know that I can just get energy. I mean, yes, but I need to get to 2 card plays for this Ravage to be sorted. Unless I do let C1 Cascade, but if I let C1 Cascade, then Sands is bad. And all of a sudden, 1 of 3 is good versus 2 of 3. Like, I'm definitely playing draw in hopes that it's Sands or Wetlands. And if it is draw, I have to go into C6 because I can't draw into C7 from C8. If they explore Wetlands, I can't put that Explorer in C7 because I barely have enough. No, actually, no, I do have enough with Guard the Helium. Wait, no, sorry, C7's not Ravaging. It's Jungles. So I can just go into, I can just put the Explorer in C7, what that means. Actually, it would be slightly more ideal because then I could gather 2 Dahan and that would be a Rituals target, I guess. So actually, yeah, that works for either Sands or Wetlands, of course. So I don't have to go in C6. I guess I go C5. Actually, I don't need energy this turn if I'm playing draw. I could just take a power card and do a sacred site in C4. Next turn, do energy. Is it gonna be enough energy if I do +2? Oh no, the problem is, yeah, that might be the problem. Draw is 1 energy. I'd have 1 energy at the end of this turn. I get +2 from my growth, 3, and then +2 from the growth. Sorry, I said growth twice. I meant +2 here, and the +2 here is 4 total. I'd be at 5 energy next turn. I have to do this twice in order to do stillness and healing land. I think it's just C5. I don't know if that's better or worse than other candidates, but C5 is central and feels better to me. Alright, sands. So I have 6 damage in there, but 7 defend. I'll just take this Explorer out to be safe, but then again it dies. Oh, but I'm taking a Dahan out. Am I taking a Dahan out? I might not be taking a Dahan out. I probably want that Dahan there now to kill stuff. I'll take an Explorer though. I'll take a Dahan. This is not a Rituals target anymore, but I want the Dahan there to kill the city to lighten the pressure in this game. Okay. Placing a town is terrible. Okay. Go there. Do I have to reclaim? If I let C2 ravage... I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd be reclaiming next turn anyway. Just like, I don't know. C2 ravages, that's fine. Sacred Site C5. And then next turn do... what? Problem is this is building. And I can't stillness and guard the healing land. Most likely. I mean, I'm gonna be going up energy track now. Like, there's no question about it. Now that I got to the 2 card plays, I can do energy, and so I'm gonna start profiting energy. So this turn is 1+3. If I don't reclaim, I'm playing Rituals most likely, but trying to find the golden path. Trying to figure out how to not lose with Blight in most lands. This is the aftermath of Ocean, followed by a Thunder Speaker that couldn't remove Blight and almost lost the game. We also can't Blight the island because we have no Blight on our scenario card. So we have to not Blight the island, period. And this Blight is pretty bad. Cascade, 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 and it destroys 2 presents. So... Rituals without Dahan. It needs Dahan. I can't do rituals without Dahan. Maybe I should have left the Dahan in there. For some reason I thought I should have pulled it out, but that was a bad decision in hindsight. If I hadn't pulled the Dahan out, it could have killed the town, and it would have been fine. But that was last That was 2 explorers ago, so I can't go back. Do I need a power card trust fall? A card that gathers an explorer would solve that problem. A card that does 2 damage, range 1 from a sacred site would solve the problem. If it targets a land without blight, it's bad. Damage based on blight would not actually be enough. I'm gonna take power card. Let's see something here. 1 damage per blight. Aha! There we go! We found it! Yeah! Hey, Call to Bloodshed actually works. Call to Bloodshed combos with rituals really well. It was supposed to combo with Thunder Speaker, but maybe I had it wrong. Maybe it combos with Vital Strength. Of course, I'm turning down blight removal when I do this, but I do have innate blight removal, so it's less of a concern. How much damage does rituals do with Call to Bloodshed? It does... Or with extra Dahan, it does 5 damage with 3 Dahan. Okay. So then that plus... Oh, but I guess I'm not actually hitting the threshold, but this will be defended. We'll have Dahan in there, and then next turn I defend this with Guard to Healing Land. Okay, that works. Fear Trust Fall, yes! Or not Fear, Power Trust Fall. Oh boy. We do have Sacred Sites with Invaders, so that's actually really bad. We would need 9 energy of fire. Which, these are my fire cards, and they were there to save me. However, I do get a minor power out of this. Each sacred site pushes a town to an adjacent town/explorer to an adjacent land. It can't go into C6 because that's blighted. I could push an explorer in there, I guess. But I can't do guard them yourself because I need these 2 cards and I have no other fires. And I have no energy. I can't even spend energy to do this. So it has to be let the island strength repulse them. So what does that mean? It means we're gonna lose a town out of here, which is okay, because, well, I mean, I guess I could save a town by, like, doing this. Just, like, caravan that shit, I guess. Minor power, minor power, minor power. Steam vents, hello. It's fire in the sky. It's always fire in the sky. Well, wetlands is a threat. That is a truth. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I am mad. I'm mad. Well, that screws this up. We blame this on the hour. Plus, I'm hungry. I'm getting to be really hungry right now. Well, seeing as I just butchered that... I don't even know how to get out of this. I just want to, like... just kill those people. We get a fear card out of it, so therefore it helps. I don't have enough energy to like stop all these problems. Fire in the sky is not good enough here. If either of these ravage, it's game over. Well, not really, because guard the healing land removes a blight. But I can't actually do enough. I'm fear trust falling this most likely. And then next turn's just screwed. Alright, let's go. 3, 5, 7. Oh no, this is defended now. But this isn't. But we get fear. Or maybe there's a shot. And then we have to somehow do the same trick next turn. This isn't that land. Rude. All right. That's it. Oh man, if I didn't miss the targeting restriction on Call to Bloodshed, we would have not been screwed. We were probably going to be screwed anyway. Rip. We got 33, 29, 28, 30, and 22, and 6. Yeah, we were doing well. Keeper was the one that cleaned up the board the most. And then with Ocean, we just had to accept that we couldn't deal with the inner lands that well. And then Thunderspeaker was supposed to clean things up, but made more of a mess. And then Vital Strength was the one that had to pick up the reins and couldn't deliver. So that's unfortunate. Shit's hard, yo. It's really tough starting at like, I feel like the Thunderspeaker game was the first rough one. I mean, or was that Thunderspeaker? I don't remember. Ocean was okay. Thunderspeaker was tough because we just had to do we had to deal with a lot of ravages very quickly, and then yeah, from that point forward, it's like you start with a town and all but the last land, and there's a city in land 2 as well, and it's like if there's any blight on the island, you just are immediately screwed with the first ravage because you don't have the resources to deal with it. That's so hard. I wonder what the difficulty on this would be. Like, oh, it's difficulty 1, very easy, but that's obviously only considering wave 2. I wonder like how you would consider wave 7 plus to be on difficulty. Obviously it varies based on what tokens you have left on the board. If there's no blight and you have 1 disease, 1 beasts, 1 wilds left over, and 8 Dahan as well, that's the limit, is 8? Yeah. Obviously that's an easier situation than every land being blighted and no Dahan left, which... Did you know that if there's no Dahan left on the board, you don't get any more? I found this out when I was playing this offline months ago. Because I think on game number 1 I played Keeper, and I basically solved all the problems by using the power that kills all Dahan, but also kills invaders. So I just like kill all the Dahan, because like, you know, it's difficulty 0, and I can just kill all the invaders and win. Then the next game was Thunderspeaker, and I was like, wait, there's no Dahan on the board. And that was, because I thought, you know, if there aren't enough Dahan, you just add one, but it's only if you have 2 to 4 that you add them. Which makes sense in lore, because Dahan represent, like, the local residents of the island that are in tune with the nature and the spirit world and all that, so they're the permitted residents. But if there aren't at least 2, then you can't create a baby. So you can't, you know, take Adam's rib and create a new Dahan. You can't be God and create a dawn. So yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Good luck to whoever tries to do the adversary climb with all those towns and further adversary rules. Plus the whole that France is impossible because you start with 6 towns plus France's setup, and then you're already out of towns. Is that actually like, do you lose with setup or do you lose the first time you try to place a town? That's actually a very interesting thought I just had. There's a limit of 7 towns per player. Invaders win if you ever cannot place a town. It doesn't say after setup, so it's probably still losing setup. But yeah, the... if you're on like France 6, for instance, you somehow made it that far. During setup, add a town to the highest number of land without towns, add town to land number 1. So that's 2 extra towns on France 3. So actually France 3 plus wave 7 plus is where it gets impossible. Because you start with 8 towns on the board, but you already can't place more than 7. So yep, good luck. Good luck doing France. I guess like the way to do that is to never get to France 3. Like once you're at France 2, you are permanently blighting the island for the rest of the game. Congratulations. All right. Unless it is that you do put the 8 towns on the board, but then the first time you place a town, you just lose. But that's even tough because the first build screws you, so you have to stop the first build. Good luck with that. Alrighty, it's time, 10 p.m. We're not doing another game. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your stay. This was Dolphin's Dive. We're here every Monday at 7 p.m. Be sure to check out the other streams we have on this channel. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live. Every Friday at 4 p.m. is Luck of the Seamus. Every Saturday at 2 p.m. is Spirit Island Saturdays. And every Sunday at 6 p.m. is Tales from the Archive. Tales from the Archive is off this week for Easter, though, bear in mind. And I don't know about Spirit Island Saturdays, what's going to be happening there. But in any case, those are the streams. Check out the Handelabra products, such as Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island. Find more information on those games at handelabra.com. And you can follow me personally if you are so inclined at twitch.tv/LogicDolphin. I do daily streams these days, trying to get Twitch partner status and failing at it. But you know, if you want to see some other Logic Dolphin content, follow me there. But thanks for watching, have a good night, and keep your spirits unblighted, please.